Welcome back to music. Today we are going to go back to playing recorders. Before we start playing, I do want to review our recorder rules. Please remember to not make noise on your recorder until it's time to play. We have 4 steps that we go through to help us learn a new recorder song. The first step is our rhythm. We write in our ta's and t's and then chant them together. Second step is note names. We write in our note names and then chant them together. Then we practice our fingers on our recorder without making noise. And then lastly, step 4 is when we actually play the recorder and make noise on our recorder. We should not have any noise on our recorder until we get to step 4, and it'll be very clear that it's time to make noise because I will say ready, play. Okay. Also, we have a new note that we are going to learn for our song today, but we'll get to that in just a minute. So, if you have not gotten your recorder yet, pause this video. Make sure that you have the correct recorder number. It's the number written next to your name on the roll sheet. When your number is called, you may come up to the recorder storage underneath the board, get the appropriate numbered recorder, and have a seat back on the risers where you were. Again, please do not make noise on your recorder until we get to step 4 and we can play together. Pause this video if you have not already gotten your recorder number and your recorder in your hand. Okay, let's move on. Before we get started with learning our song today, I want to do some hand signs with you, sort of like music, our recorder sign language. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to hold up the I love you sign or the hook 'em horns sign, depending on which one you want to think of. So your thumb is up, your pointer finger is up, and your pinky is up with these 2 fingers, your middle finger and your ring finger down. Okay, so we'll call it the hook 'em horns. Then we are going to make a bunny rabbit by taking our thumb, our pointer finger, and our middle finger and touching them together. There is our bunny rabbit. And then we are going to hang loose. We have our thumb up and our pinky up, and then our pointer finger, middle finger, and ring finger down. So again, that's hook 'em, bunny rabbit, there we go, and hang loose. We're going to bring those back in just a moment, but I want to review our fingerings for the notes that we have already learned. Remember that your left arm is on top. I'm opposite you, obviously, because I'm facing you. So your left hand is on top, right hand is on bottom. When we are not using our right hand to play notes, it just hangs out at the bottom of our recorder, not covering any holes, just to help us hold it. Our top hand, our left hand, we have 3 holes that are taken care of by our top hand fingers and then the thumb hole on the back. When we have all 3 fingers and a thumb down covering a hole, this is the letter G. So we have G, 3 fingers, A, 2 fingers, B, 1 finger, and then a thumb is on the recorder for all 3 of those. G, 3 fingers and a thumb, A, 2 fingers and a thumb, B, 1 finger and a thumb. Then we have our high notes on our top hand, which are C, which is middle finger on the second hole. We leave this first hole uncovered, and a thumb on the back. So again, C is middle finger on the second hole, thumb on the back. And we can remember this because cover starts with a C, so we cover the hole on the back. Then we go up to high D, and we don't cover. D stands for don't cover the hole on the back. That is uncovered. Don't cover. You can use your thumb to rest on the back of the recorder to help you hold your recorder, as long as this thumb hole is not covered for D. So the difference in C and D is just that thumb. Middle finger is on the second hole. C, cover. D, don't cover. Okay, so again, G, 3 fingers and a thumb, A, 2 fingers and a thumb, B, 1 finger and a thumb, C, middle finger with a thumb, D, just your middle finger, no thumb. Okay, today we are going to add our bottom hand. We have done some bottom hand notes already, and those notes that we've already learned are E, so we have 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2 on bottom, and D, 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2, 3 on bottom. So we have high D, which is all the way up here, and then we have low D, which is all the way down here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, low D. Okay, today we are going to add the note of F sharp, and you will notice on our recorder bulletin board, we do not have an F sharp up there. We just have a plain old F. That is a completely different note than what we are playing today. F and F sharp are completely different, so don't get confused with that. Okay, so those hand signs that we did just a moment ago, those represent our bottom hand notes. So every time in our new song that we're going to play today, every time we see an F sharp, we are going to hook 'em horns. This is F sharp. Every time we see an E in our music today, we are going to do the bunny rabbit. And every time we see a low D, we are going to hang loose. So again, F sharp, hook 'em, E, bunny rabbit, and low D, hang loose. Okay, and again, we'll bring that in a little bit later. Let's get started looking at our music. We are taking a look at Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star today. So remember our 4 steps. We're going to look at our rhythms and chant it together. We're going to look at our note names and chant them together. We are going to practice our fingers while we chant our note names, and then we will play. Okay, so it's been a while since we've talked about our TAs and Ts. Just a quick review. We have, in 5th grade, 4 types of notes. We have our whole note, which gets 4 beats, or 4 sounds, ta. Then we have our half note, which gets 2 beats, or 2 sounds, ta. We have our quarter note that gets 1 beat, or 1 sound, ta. And then we have our 8th notes, which we usually see in groups of 2. Each 8th note gets a T, 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 T. And remember, our T's go twice as fast. So if we have this rhythm, here, it would be ta, ta, T, T, ta, 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 T, T, ta. Okay? All right, in this song, in Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, we do not have any T's, so no 8th notes, and we do not have any whole notes, ta, ah, ah, ah. We only have quarter notes, ta, and half notes, ta, ah. Before we start writing these in together, I want you to listen and repeat. My turn. Before we start writing in our rhythms, I want you to listen and repeat. We're going to practice a rhythm. My turn. Ta, 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 ta. Very good. Do it again. My turn. Ta, 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 ta. Your turn. Go. Ta, 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 ta. Very good. That happens to be our rhythm that we have, and it repeats over and over and over the entire song. That's all that we have. Okay? So, starting at the beginning, we have quarter note, ta, quarter note, ta, quarter note, ta, 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 ah. This little comma up here we've talked about before, excuse me, but it's been a while. This is our breath mark. That's where we take a short pause and breathe, but we need to make sure that we come back in on this ta on time. So don't take a long breath. It's super, super quick. Okay? 1, 2, ready, chant. Ta, 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 ta. Breathe. Ta, 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 ta. Breathe. 1, 2, ready, go. Ta, 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 ta. Breathe. 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 Ta, 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 Okay, let's talk about letter names. Again, it's been a while since we have talked about letter names and talked about recorders, so get out your staff on your hand. Remember, our pinky is the first line of our staff. Our ring finger is the second line of our staff. Middle finger, the third line. Pointer finger, the fourth line, and thumb, the fifth line, which is the top line of our staff. And then in between each of our fingers are our four spaces: first space, second space, third space, and fourth space. Okay, remember our lines, E, G, B, D, F, every good boy does fine. So we start at the bottom. E, every. G, good. B, boy. D, does. F, fine. Every good boy does fine. Or E, G, B, D, F. Then remember our four spaces, starting at the bottom, spell the word face. So we have F, A, C, and E. Okay, so let's go through together and look at the lines and spaces and letter names that we have in this song. Here is the sheet music for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. We are looking at the note names together. So remember, this bottom line of our staff is E, every. This note happens to be below the first line of our staff. So if we are thinking of our alphabet, we think of one letter before E, which is the letter D. So we start on low D. This note is in the same place, so we know that that is also D. Then we have a space note. Our first space is F. Our second space is A. This note is in that second space, so we know that this is the note of A. This is in the same place, so we know that this note is also A. Then we're going to a line note, E, G, B, D, F, E, G, B, and this note is in the same place, so both of these are B. Then we go down to our space note, F, A. Don't forget our breath mark here. Line note, every good, G. This is in the same place, so we know that this is also G. Then we have a space note in the first space, which is F. And then we have a line note on the first line of our staff, every, E. And then back down one below E, which is D, and that is what we started on. If you take a look at this first line here, and then our third line all the way down here, it is the exact same thing, same rhythm, same notes. D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D, E. Okay? Now, I understand that these look like Fs. They are Fs. We call them F sharp because of this doohickey up here. We're not even going to get into that. Just pretend that this is F sharp instead of just plain old F. Okay? Excuse me. Let's look at line 2 at our note names. Our first note of line 2 is a space note, F, A. And this note is in the same place. We know that's also A. And then we're going down to a line note, every good, G. First space, F. And again, we're just going to assume that all of the F's in this song are F sharp for reasons that we'll talk about later. Then we go down to our first line, which is E, every. Space note, F, A. Line note, every good. Space note, F sharp. And line note, E for every. And then again, line 3 is the exact same as line 1. So let us chant this together in rhythm. 1, 2, ready, chant. D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D, E. A, G, G, F sharp, E, A, G, G, F sharp, E, D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D, E. All right, pick up your recorder, but do not make noise. Pick up your recorder, do not make noise. We are going to practice fingers together. So with your recorder, it should be held out in front of you. We do need our bottom hand for this song, so make sure that your thumb is cued on the back of the recorder for your bottom hand so that all you have to do is place your fingers down. You don't have to think of where your hand is on the recorder. Okay, so it's already cued, it's already ready to go, even though we're not using these fingers yet. Okay, so again, we have B, 1 finger and a thumb, A, 2 fingers and a thumb, G, 3 fingers and a thumb. For E, we are going to keep these top 3 fingers and thumb the same. We are going to add our next 2 fingers. This is where our bunny rabbit comes in. Bunny rabbit represents the letter E. Okay, then we have our letter D, low D. We are going to add this 3rd finger down here. So we have 3 on top, 1, 2, 3, 3 on bottom, 1, 2, 3. This is our hang loose. So our thumb isn't covering a hole, our pinky isn't covering a hole, but these 3 fingers are. That's our hang loose sign for low D. Okay, we've learned all of those before. Our new note, F sharp, that's our hook'em sign. Okay, so our thumb isn't going to cover a hole on F sharp. Our pointer finger isn't going to cover a hole on F sharp. Our pinky is not going to cover a hole on F sharp. The only bottom fingers that we're using for F sharp is our middle finger and our ring finger. So we have the hook'em sign on our recorder. Okay, so again, we have B, A, G, E, low D, and F sharp. Okay, so let's practice this in rhythm. We're going to do this a total of 3 times in rhythm, and then note by note checking fingers, and then in rhythm again. Okay, we start on low D. We are not making noise. Hold your recorder in front of you. 1, 2, ready, go. D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D, A, G, G, F sharp, E, A, G, G, F sharp, E. We're going to stop there for time's sake because the 3rd line is exactly the same as the 1st line. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Let's do it note by note. We're going to go nice and slow and check fingerings. We start on low D, 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2, 3 on bottom. We have 2 of those in a row. Then we are going to go all the way up to A. So you're going to take your bottom fingers off, leave your thumb cued so it's ready to go. And then you're going to take that 3rd finger on top off so that you're left with 2 fingers and a thumb. Low D to A. Do that a couple times. D, A, D, A. Okay. Then we're going to go up to B, B, B. Come back down to A, and that's our half note. So we hold that for 2 beats. A. We're going to add that 3rd finger to go down to G. We have 2 of those, G, G. For F sharp, again, this is our hook'em sign. You're going to leave your pointer finger up. We're not covering that hole. You're going to come straight down with your hook'em sign here. Okay, so we're going from G to F sharp, skipping this hole right here for where your index finger would normally go. G, F sharp, G, F sharp. That's why it's so important to make sure your thumb stays cued on the back. G, F sharp. Okay, then we're going to E. So for E, we are switching to our bunny rabbit hand sign. You're going to take this 3rd finger away, and you're going to add your pointer finger so that we've got our bunny sign. So we have 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2 on bottom for E. And then we're going to place this 3rd finger all the way down here for low D. And again, that's our hang loose sign. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for low D. That's the 1st line. Do the 1st line, just the 1st line in rhythm with me again. Ready, go. D, D, A, B, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, E, D. Very good. Let's go step by step. 2nd line. We are going to go the end of the 1st line from D to the beginning of the 2nd line all the way up to A. 2 fingers and a thumb. We have A. Put that 3rd finger down, G, G. F sharp, that's our hook'em sign. Take that bottom finger off, put your index finger down, your pointer finger down. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 for E. Then we're going to go back up to A, 2 fingers. A, 3 fingers, G, G, hook 'em, F sharp, F sharp, switch to your bunny rabbit, E, and then we repeat the top line. Line 2 starts on A. 1, 2, ready, speak. A, G, G, F sharp, E, A, G, G, F sharp, E. Let's put it all together. We're going to skip the third line since it's the same as the first one, so we're going to do line 1 and line 2 starting on low D. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, ready, speak. D, D, A, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, D, A, G, G, F sharp, E, A, G, G, F sharp, E, and then we would repeat line 1 for the ending because it's exactly the same. I'm going to turn the lights out so you can see the music a little bit better. Get ready to play, but do not make noise until I say go. All right, remember we use very soft, very slow air when we get ready to play our recorder. We start on D, 1, 2, 3 on top, 1, 2, 3 on bottom. Get ready, 1, 2, ready, play. D, D, A, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, D, A, G, G, F sharp, E, A, G, G, F sharp, E. Third line, D, D, A, B, A, G, G, F sharp, E, D. Beautiful. We will test this belt next week for our red belt before we move on.